It is up and running. You go stand down there and you can either poke your head in there.
But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna know first.
Okay, I'm gonna send this to Diane in the meantime. Wingman here this morning.
Did you say you have the link for today?
Yeah, I'll send it to her. I just put it out there, but I forgot.
What's that?
She's all over.
Did you just send it to her, you said?
I will now. I just sent it to Diane.
If I was really doing my job, nobody would crash with me. Then I'd have a job.
Right. What time do you guys fly back?
Yeah, our flight's at 9:40. We flew out of San Francisco.
It'll be the rain for me.
Got a little drive when we get home. The deli is only good for one takeoff and one landing a day.
Yeah?
What's that?
She's only good for one takeoff and one landing a day.
All right.
As it is, she takes some happy pills to get her.
There's a live stream going right in front of it. You guys have it down there? You got a hold of him yet? Got a big moment?
He said I got like 3 seconds, so I don't interrupt the swimming, so you better hurry up.
First swimmer of the day is Amelie.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to be pretty quiet on this one. I might just,
Oh yeah, that's right. You said that's
I might just say,
heat one lane. Heat one.
That was it? That was your proof of life?
Yeah, I gotta see if you saw it.
That's funny.
One more. Oh, my sister said, yikes!
Yikes. Okay, well, someone saw it. That's funny. I guess it's working. Before he goes on. So, I want to prove to my family that I'm actually here at the beach. mind if I get photos of all
I was asked to do it one more time.
One more. It's pretty good.
Great.
How you doing? Right on, brother.
The air is getting to me, but
Yeah.
I got some Benadryl in the lobby, and I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. I might have to move over just a smidge here. I did discover although I'm going to probably go get some paper from the lobby of the hotel between sessions and write down some notes, but the Big West has a championship page where you can actually see the sites and stuff. Oh, the problem is I can't print them out, but they're there.
I wonder if we could, like, could we email it and print it off in like the little business center or something?
I don't know. I might look into that. Depends when I come to do it. Like I set myself the prelim each week. Just I was at breakfast. I was looking at it just to see who's doing what. But I was going to come over here and set up for the 1650 and put it on film and thinking, and then go live again after all the senior stuff.
Oh, that's right. They do that tonight. So is that just kind of a magnifying glass? Is that essentially what that is?
These older iPads, they can't get much wide. It's a little more of a thing. There's not one that does magnify them. Like a telescope.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Looks on the same way, but it's so heavy that like
Yeah.
it's weird using.
Thank you, sir.
It's not a good one.
All right. Have a good one. Well, appearances are deceiving. Absolutely. No. Oh, you want me to? All right. Okay.
was a little delayed this morning. They were right off the jump at 10 o'clock yesterday
Yeah.
morning.
Got that last day. I know when I officiated the last day, they're kind of like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, they don't even have timers on. Everything was.
Oh, that's
Did we not get the memo and they wanted 10:30?
Oh no, Doug was in there at 9:30. He said, I gotta hear the speech again. You know, as if you've never timed it before, but I guess there are some who have not. Have a lot of student volunteers. Yeah, never timed.
I see timers. Here we go. Looks like we're about to get underway. A little bit late this morning. First off will be the women's 200 back. No UCSB swimmers in Heat 1. Look at that, I'm so surprised. Microphone right here that really does a good job of even when it's loud, you can still
Probably listening to you all the time, recording everything you do.
exactly. What's your number?
209.
Oops.
769. 2007.
Oops.
Oh, we might add an extra zero in there. Sorry.
Ah. 209 776.
No, 209 769.
Sorry, my bad. Trying to do this like, you know what I mean? All right, let's do this again. What is it?
209 769 2007. Thank you.
We got it. All right, we didn't catch time in that first heat because the scoreboard stopped, but in the second heat, UCSB represented by Amelie Ogilvy in lane 2. Amelie Ogilvy in lane 2. Morning. Amelie opens with a 28.87, sixth after the first 50. Amelie still in sixth, turning it at 59.46. 35.9 on that second 50 for her split. At the 150, Amelie has moved up to fifth with a 130.73. Taking the win in heat number 2 of the 200 back this morning, Addie Everidge from UC San Diego, 158.72. Amelie Ogilvy winds up fifth with a 201.94. Good time.
Hazel and Coco.
Heat 3 will feature a couple of gauchos. We have Hazel Durr in lane 4, Coco Quill in lane 6. Opening 50, Hazel in third at 28.47. Coco with a 29.06 in sixth place. Sydney Niles leading. At the 100, Sydney Niles continues to lead. Hazel in fourth at 59.39. Coco at a 1:00:05 in fifth place. So right now, Gaucho's in fourth and fifth in this Heat 3 prelim. And at the 150, Sydney Niles continues to lead. Hazel now moving up to second, 129.49. Coco Quill still in fifth, 131.03. And here comes Hazel in lane 4. Nice morning swim. She will hit the wall first. 159.64. Coco finishes fifth in a 2:01.86. Very similar time to Amelie Ogilvy. All right, Heat 4 of the women's 200 back. Final heat of the morning for this event for the women. And we have one UCSB swimmer, Anna Brill, in lane 1. Lane 5, it's Emily Sherberries that continues to lead from UC Davis. Get a 57.05. And a little bit off the pace in lane 1. Emily Sherberry still in the lead in lane 5. Eva Bolke from UC San Diego right underneath her. And taking the win is Emily Sherberries, UC Davis. 158.23. So if I'm not mistaken, Hazel Durr should be the number 1 seed going into the evening session. No, forgive me, it's Addie Everidge from UC San Diego. Will actually trying to do the calculations here. It's actually going to be Sherberry 1, Everidge 2, and then Hazel Durr will be 3 tonight in the A final. Coco Quill and Amelie Ogilby look to be in the B final. Anna, by the way, a 2:06.48 in the 200 back, finished in 6th. All right, on to the men's 200 back, heat 1.
Lucas Hubbard, lane 4.
Represented right in the middle of the pool, you see Santa Barbara is by Lucas Hubbard. Getting ready for heat 1 of the men's 200 back. Lucas Hubbard in lane 4. Waiting for an update on the board for the A and the B final of the women's 200 back. I haven't seen it come up yet. All right, the opening 50. Lucas turning second at 25.14, just a fraction behind the storm from Grand Canyon in lane 3. At the 100, lane 3, Mohammed Mahambi with the lead. Lucas with a 51.85 in second. .150 yards into this opening heat. Here comes Lucas with a good turn. He was second at the 150, but now appears to be edging out to the lead. Solid turn for Lucas, and he's going to cruise in with the win here in Heat 1 for the Gauchos. 1:45.37. That is a very solid morning swim for Lucas Hubbard. And just to update you on the women's 200 back, it is indeed Emily. Get that name right again. I got lots of papers in front of me here. Emily Sheaberry's with the top seed. It'll likely be Hazel Durr in third. Yes, Addie Everidge too. I'm sorry, Eva Bolke is in third. Hazel Durr will be in fourth. Coco and Amelie qualify 11th and 12th in the B final. And in the second heat here of the boys, we have Jack Nugent in lane 6 from UCSB. Coming to the opening 50, Jack O'Shaughnessy from UCSD with the top time, 24.45. Nugent at 25.18, sitting in fourth. Opening 100 goes to Shaughnessy again, a 50.93. Jack Nugent still in fourth, 52.02 his last split, 26.84. O'Shaughnessy again, turning at the 150 to 117.90. Jack Nugent still in fourth, 118.97, but the race appears to be tightening this morning. And coming to the wire, it is the swimmer from Seattle in first, and Jack Nugent winds up third in that heat, 146.05. Let me go to my sheet here and tell you who won it. It was Danielis Kavirtis. Sorry, Danielis, if I screwed that name up, but he was 145.36 top time. Again, Jack Nugent, 146.05. Anish will be in lane 5 for USB, and Taisei will be in lane 6. Anish, the top finisher last night, and the 100 back for the Gaucho men. Had a great day. Looks like Taisei might get the lead here at the opening 50 to the feet. It is, nope, not Taisei, my bad. He was in second, 24.41, behind Corey Teal of the University of Hawaii. To the 100 we go. Luigi Franco taking control for UC San Diego. Anish in fourth with a 51.53. Taisei 50.85. Missed what place he was in. Lots to look at here when we're in live. Coming to the 150. Luigi's going to turn first again. Taisei turns third, 118.46. Anish in fourth and 118.67, so he's right behind him. Good race between Anish and Taisei, Saito. And Luigi Franco is going to get the win in this Heat 3, cruising in. 143.87, that's the top time so far. Anish winds up second with a 145.52, and in third is Corey Teal with a 145.76. Taisei with a 147.30 finishes in fourth. I'll get you an update on who's doing what for the final, A final and B final tonight for this event in just a minute. We clearly know that Luigi Franco is going to be the top seed.
Shane made the eighth, right? Or is there more? Is there another heat? No. Yeah, Shane's fifth. It's not a lot.
Sophia Hook in heat 3.
What do we got here? Got a quick event coming up here, the women's 100 free.
Sophia Hook will be the first gaucho swimmer.
So, Sophia Hook, so not in this heat? Heat 3, sorry. So we don't have any gauchos until heat 3. I'm awaiting results on the men's 200 back. Is that official?
Lucas third.
Lucas will wind up in the third spot, so he's into the A final along with Anish.
And Jack Nugent.
Nugent, seventh. So we have 3 gauchos in the A final. B final
Taisei 10th.
will be Taisei Saito, who will wind up 10th. So congratulations to our gaucho men. 3 in the A final tonight in the 200 back. So an opportunity to score some good points. All right, heat 1 of the women's 100 free again. First gaucho you'll see will be Sophia Hook, but it won't be until heat 3. But we have a pair of Seattle swimmers and one from University of San Diego here in this heat. 3-3, a 3-person heat, if you will. Chloe Howell turning first at the 50, 25.75. And barring a late surge, it looks like it's going to be Chloe Howell to the wall first, 54.19. Congratulations. On to heat 2, women's 100 free, prelims this morning. Again, no gauchos in this heat. All 8 lanes going in this heat. Flipping first will be Mia David in lane 3 with a 24.81. And it looks like lane 4 poking out for the win here. And it is lane 4, Haley. It's Haley Borgia for the time of 52.05, winning that heat. On to heat 3, this will feature a gaucho in lane 6, Sophia Hook. Right now, Sophia is showing some good early speed. flips at 24.64. She's third. Behind Carolyn Kenny, behind, it's like Rebecca. Get that last name for you here in a second. Coming to the wall, lane 5, Rebecca Luoto from Hawaii, I think grabs the win. She does, 51.26. Sophia Hook, 52.18, winds up 8th. A pair of gauchos in heat 4, Kali Kowalczyk in lane 1. And in lane 7 is Caitlin Brown. It's also featuring Aja Kozan from UC San Diego. And it looks to be Aja Kozan probably first. She is 24.06. Caitlin was fourth at 24.56. Callie in sixth with 24.68. And to no one's surprise, Aja Kozan's going to win this heat number 4. She hits the wall, in lane 5 rather, in heat 4. 49.51, so she goes sub 50. Kali Kowalczyk with a 51.39 is in 5th. Caitlin Brown is 51.48 in 6th. So it's a wait and see to see if either time holds up through the B final. Lane 2 will be Alexi Zuckerman here in heat 5 for Santa Barbara. Lane 3 will be Greta Collison, and in lane 5 will be Eugenie Lanalis and McKenna Leacox in lane 6, Miranda in lane 7. It's a gaucho party here in heat 5. There'll be too many times probably to share in real time, so I'll try to do my best. Eugenie turning at the 25, I can tell you that, she's first. And Eugenie is going to flip first in lane 5 with a 23.70. Greta with a 23.95 in third. Coming into the closing 25. A lot of gaucho white here. In front. White caps. And it's going to be a tight finish. And it looks like, Eugenie does hold on. 49.92. She finishes first. Greta Collison is in third with a 50.07. Miranda Stevenson, 50.51 in fourth. McKenna Leacox in fifth with 50.95. Alexi Zuckerman, 51.49 in sixth. I think I got them all. We got one more heat of girls. And we have no gauchos in the final heat. Going into this final heat, waiting for the board to flip for me here. Top seed right now is going to be Aja Kozan, I'm guessing. Yep, number 1. But Eugenie is number 2, Greta 4, Miranda 5. So we have some gauchos that are firmly in the A final right now, depending on what happens here in the final heat of the 100 free. The swimmer from Hawaii, Holly Nelson, appears to be comfortably ahead. She is going to hit the wall in this final heat of the women's 100 free in 49.15. I believe that's the top time. Let me get a quick peek at the board here. It is indeed. She's underneath Aja Kozan's time by about a quarter second. And stand by to see who makes the top 16 here.
No men until the third heat for us. Until the third heat.
Coming up next, the men's 100 free, and the third heat will feature the first gaucho, but that'll give us time to try to update what is going on with the top 16 from the 100 women's free here from prelims. All right, Holly Nelson is in 1. Eugenie winds up 3rd. Greta 5th. Oh man, it's going by too quick for me to read. Here we go. All right, thank you. All right, here we go in the women's 100-yard free for tonight. Eugenie Lenelis qualifies 3rd. Greta 5th. Miranda gets in, ekes into the A final by 8/100ths of a second. She's an 8th. McKenna Leacox will be the lone representative, it looks like, in the B final. She'll be sitting down in 14th place. So congratulations, we'll have a spicy A final tonight. Now it's on to the men's 100 free. 3 swimmers in this one. 2 Seattle swimmers and a Cal State Bakersfield swimmer in this one. Daniel Strohmeyer from Seattle University out first in 21.73 on his opening 50. And anybody's ball game at the finish here, but it looks like lane 3 gets it. That would be Tyler Coles from Cal State Bakersfield, a 46.46, good closing split of 11.89. Almost a full second faster than his competitors. On to heat 2. Only... No, they'll hear me. Yeah. All right, on to heat 2. 6 swimmers in this heat. 3 from Seattle University, a couple Cal State Bakersfield swimmers, and in lane 7, a swimmer from Hawaii. Cal State Bakersfield swimmer Schneider in lane 6 with the opening salvo, 21.33 by 100th of a second, by the way.
Next up Yeah, Mason Windler in 3 and Alex Zettel in 5.
And to the wall, it is indeed a Roadrunner. Touching the wall first. Amaral Schneider, I think that's his name, 44.52. I'm reading it from like 800 feet away on that scoreboard, but 44.52, he was first from Cal State Bakersfield. Good job. We have a pair of gauchos coming up here in Heat 3. Mason Wendler and Alex Zettel. Mason will be in lane 3, and Alec will be in lane 5. Gaucho men putting on quite a show yesterday, moving up from 5th to 3rd in the overall team standings, and already putting 3 in the A final of tonight's 200 backstroke. So some momentum being built by the Gaucho men. Hunter Sahelnik with the top time so far, 20:49. Ellick just right behind him in 20:82. Mason with a 21:14 rather in 4th. Closing in on the last couple seconds of Heat 3, and it goes to Hunter Sahelnik. UC San Diego, 43:02. Great time there. Alex Zettel with a 43.76 in 2nd, and Mason winds up 4th, 43.90. Good swim, fellas. Heat 4 is going to feature another pair of gauchos.
Lane 2 is
Zach Thomasidis in lane 2. Rob's in 8. And Rob Carpenter out in lane 8. Of course, they've got to go against Carol Ostrowski, the University of Hawaii swimmer that's having a great meet. And Noah Wagner-Jurig is also in this in lane 3. Forgive me, Noah, I didn't want to ignore you. So 3 gauchos in this Heat 4. And they are off quick. Flipping it to 50, it is Alex Volkov from Grand Canyon in 25.8. Zach is in 3rd at 29.9. Rob at 22.09 in 8th. And Noah, I just missed getting his time. He was in 5th at 32.89. All right, coming to the wall, it is going to be Ostrowski with the win. Easy peasy, 43.23. As for our gauchos, looks like Zach Thomasidis with a 44.54. Then it's Noah, 44.73. And then Rob in 7th with a 45.77. On to Heat 5. And we do not have any gauchos in Heat 5. But we might have one of the better swim names in Finn Brophy in lane 4. $50 into the 100 free of Heat 5. It's going to be Finn Brophy turning at 23.8. By the way, Alex Zettel sitting in 4th, Mason in 6th right now, going into this final heat, so we'll see if they can hold on for a spot in tonight's A final. And Finn Brophy pulling away here. And he is going to go 42.87, easily the top time of the morning for the 100 free for the men. And get you an update on who has made it through into the A and the B here momentarily. 200 breast. All right, we've got the results. Alex Zettel gets into the A final in 6th, and Mason Wendler also will be in the A final tonight. He's in 8th place, so congratulations, gentlemen. Zach Thomasidis and Noah, you guys are 13th and 14th. So 4 gauchos with a chance to score tonight. Coming up next, the women's 200 breast. We've got 1 gaucho in heat 1. Mai Kawahata will be in lane 4. It's going to be a fast final tonight in the men's 100 free. All 8 swimmers in an all 8 swimmers in an A final, under 43.9 tonight, all the way down to Finn Brophy's number 1 swim, which was a 42.8. All right, on to the 200 breast. Mai Kawahata in lane 4. And again, if you are new to the stream this morning, lane 8 is at the top of the screen. Lane 1 nearest to us, kind of shrouded a little bit by the stands. But fortunately, no one in lane 1 in this race right now, so we don't have to worry about it until there's an 8 swimmer heat. So far, so good for Mai Kawahata. She's going to turn first here at the 100 with a 1:05.04. Sabrina Benani, UC San Diego, right behind her. A lot of race left to go here.
She's at 3rd seat, 2:13.4.
Mai came into this with her best time of the year, or best time from the season, at 2:13.40. And she is looking strong this morning. 50 to go, and she is comfortably in the lead at 1:41.0. In fact, she's got about a 1.7 second lead over Sabrina, who's in lane 3, just below her. Turning to the final 25, it should be Mai Kawahata holding on here to win the opening heat of the 200 breaststroke. Easily going to punch her ticket to the A final tonight with this swim. And she cruises in at 2:15.62. Good morning swim for Mai. No gauchos in heat number 2, but it does feature Chloe Braun, the UC San Diego swimmer, who scorched yesterday's 100 breaststroke, particularly in the morning when she set the conference and meet record, broke her own record. That swim, by the way, yesterday morning in the 100 breast was the 17th fastest in the country this year so far, so good for her. Great swim.
This heat is loaded with gauchos, 4 of them. Remy, Lucy,
At the 50, it's Chloe Braun with a 30.15. Coming up, by the way, in Heat 3, I'll call this your Gaucho Planner. Remy Harrison will be in lane 2. Lucy Wong in lane 3. Ashley Ray in lane 5. And Sylvia Faraboshi in lane 6. So 4 Gauchos in the third heat of the women's 200 breast. And that will conclude the 200 breast with just 3 heats. So Chloe Braun continues to lead 103.91. She's got a comfortable just about 2-second margin over her teammate Haley Gregory. These are important swims this morning. Santa Barbara and UC San Diego, the women locked in a very tight battle in the team standings. I think they were separated by 10 points, if I'm not mistaken, after last night. And so you want to make sure that you get swimmers qualified as high up as you possibly can to score more points than the other team. It's a pretty simple procedure. Chloe Braun is going to cruise to a win here, though. As she hits the wall, 2:13.54 in first place. Her teammate, Haley Gregory, at 2:16.43, so a little bit behind Mai Kawahata's time in Heat 1. So right now it is Chloe, number 1, and Mai, number 2. But Mai is surrounded by a number of titans, so we really need the Gaucho women here in Heat 3 to shake up that Titan party at the top. On to Heat 3 again, Remy Harrison, lane 2, Lucy Wong in lane 3, Ashley Ray in lane 5, Sylvia Faraboshi in lane 6. Looks like they're going to be chasing a Hawaii swimmer. Sophia Tominska. It's a good name. Sophia Tominska. But the opening 50, looks like it's going to be Tominska that hits first in 30.17. Ashley in second, 30.67. Lucy in third, 30.91. Remy in fifth. Sylvia was fourth. At the 100 mark, Tominska from Hawaii still there, 103.90. Lucy now in second, 105.15. Ashley in third, 105.17. Sylvia Faraboshi in fourth. Remy Harrison in fifth. Tightly bunched there for the top 4 spots.
Braun was 138 at the 150 and Mai was 140 at the 150.
Wow. Incoming to the 150 turn here. Tominska from Hawaii with a 138.96 in first. Ashley now poking into second, 141.8. Lucy in third, 140.34. Remy in fifth and Sylvia fourth. Sylvia's time, by the way, 141 flat in fourth place. Coming into the final 15 yards of this final heat of the women's 200 breaststroke. And it will be Sophia Tominska hitting the wall at 2:14.39. She'll be the second seed Ashley Ray with a fine time, 2:15.67, finishes in second. Lucy Wong at 2:16.58 third. Sylvia Faraboshi at 2:17.78 is fourth. And Remy Harrison with a 2:19.73 goes sub 220 in fifth. Awaiting some results here as they flash by. It looks like Mai is going to be qualifying maybe third, we'll see. Waiting on the results here. My crack statistician, AKA Mike Carpenter.
Highly paid.
Highly paid, yes. We're both making a fortune. Meet Mobile a little slow this morning, and the board a little fast and slow at the same time. Coming up next will be the men's 200 breaststroke. We're pretty certain Chloe Braun's going to be the number 1 seed going into the A final. And yes, there we go. It's Chloe with the top seed. Let me see if I can get a quick glance at the board as it races by. In the A final, we have Mai, we have Ashley in 4th, Lucy in 6th, Sylvie in 8th. So we've got 4 swimmers, 4 gauchos in the A final. And I believe that's all that could score in this event. So 4 gauchos in the A final against UC San Diego. And how many do they have? This is going to be fun tonight. So UC San Diego has 3 and we have 4. So there could be an advantage tonight. We'll see. Now, heat 1 of the men's 200 breaststroke. We do not have any gauchos in heat 1. There's actually 4 heats of this event today. In fact, it looks like our first swimmers will be in heat 3. Jonah, Lee, and Jason Sue. We'll update you when we get there. Fun little fact about this event, Evan Yu won this last year. Cal Poly swimmer on the final night. And out in lane 7, it's Tom Capps with an opening 26 flat. Tom was lightning fast yesterday, by the way, in the 100 breaststroke. Went a mid 52. And he looks like he's out to mean business again today. And Capps will turn at the 100. And a 55-52. So if he just comes back anything around a minute, he's going to be looking at a 155 for an opening prelim for the 200 breaststroke, which would be outstanding for the morning. At the 150, Capps comfortably ahead. 126.50, that last split 30.98, so it comes back at 31. He's going to be around 157, which would still be a great swim in the morning. Looks like lane 1 is also in the mix. And it's going to be pretty tight, but I believe it's going to be Tom Capps hanging on. Yes, indeed. 158.78, so he really throttled back in that last 100 after opening pretty quickly. Pretty typical for a morning swim. Colton Milne, by the way, UC San Diego, he was the swimmer in lane 1, winding up second in 159.22. All right, on to heat 2 again. No gauchos in this one, but a full set of 8 lanes. Just a little side note from that women's 200 breast. Remy Harrison's 219.73, non-scoring this morning, but if it had been scored, would have put her actually in 11th place. So she would have made solidly into the B final. So that was a nice swim for our 5th gaucho, Remy Harrison, with 4 others making the A final from the women's 200 breaststroke. All right, on to heat 2 of the 200 breaststroke. Right now, it looks to be, Trent Hollinsworth up in lane 2 from UC San Diego. Opens with a 26.85. I suspect we're going to hear from lane 4 and lane 5 here at some point. Lane 5 now edging ahead. Krishna Clark. Nope, Trent's still leading. Down in lane 2. Pardon me, Trent, for shortchanging you there. Got a lot of names in front of me. I'm trying to scan down, look at the names, look up at the swims. Kind of fun. Trent continues to lead. Well, Krishna Clark also giving him a little bit of a challenge. It is Trent turning at 127.88. With 50 to go here. So he comes back anything close to that 31 split on that second at 150, and he's going to be slotting right in behind the top seed, Tom Capps. And it looks to be, it's going to be pretty tight now. Looks like lane 5 might be poking ahead. Both putting on their last few strokes, and it is actually Trent that gets to the wall first. 2:00.11. Krishna Clark in second with a 2:00.75. All right, heat 3 will have a couple of gauchos. Jason Su will be in lane 7, Jonah Lee in lane 8. Jonah with a spectacular performance last night in the 100 breast, getting on the podium and getting his personal best last night. See if he can continue the momentum today. This race also featuring the swimmer from Hawaii who has won both the 200 IM and the 400 IM earlier in this meet, Tom Telot. No surprise, he is nudging out in front. Coming to the 50, Tom Telot. Actually, it's Brendan Ryan from Seattle University who gets a slight edge. Jonah Lee was in 7th, 27.34, and 2 100s behind him in 5th was Jason Su. So they're having a good tight battle out there on the top of your screen. And it'll be Telot again at the 100. Yep, that time he turns first, 56.34. So a fraction off of Tom Capps' 55 opener. Jason moving up to 4th, by the way. Jonah in 7th. And now lane 4, Brendan Ryan from Seattle looks to have grabbed the lead. Confirmed by the board, 126.77. Jason Su. Jonah Lee turns first in 6th at 130.80, 131.55. Jason Su at the 150. Final 25 to go now. And it'll be Brendan Ryan cruising to the win. 157.39. And our Gauchos finish. Jonah Lee and Jason Su coming in. Jonah Lee will be 6th in 203.92. And then Jonah Lee finishes in 6th at 203.92. Jason Su in 207.22 finishes 8th. We have one more heat of boys. And we have a lot of Gauchos in this one. It's another Gaucho party. It is Trent Stagina in lane 1, Michael Peterson in lane 3, Owen Bohe in lane 5, and Connor Martilla in lane 6. So 4 Gauchos in the final heat of the men's 200 breaststroke, heat 4. And they stand back up, always fun. See on the board that Tom Capps was actually DQ'd, so he will not be a part of things tonight for Hawaii. That's kind of a big loss for the Warriors. But Hawaii is comfortably ahead with dive points tonight, if you include dive points, so that probably won't be a mortal error, but it will be certainly one that hurts. So top seed so far this morning would then go to Brendan Ryan. All right, 50 in. Evan Pickles with the lead. Trent in 3rd. Owen in 7th. Connor in 4th. Michael Peterson in 6th. Too many times to rattle off too quick. Try to do a better job on the 100 here for you. All right, at the 100, looks like it's going to be Michael Peterson hitting at 57.87. He's 4th. Trent Statina, 57.98 in 7th. Connor was a 57.89 in 5th. And I did not catch Owen's time. We'll catch that next. Owen Bohe in lane 5. But he is in the mix for sure. He's up there challenging Tolo for the lead right now. And right above him is Connor Martilla. And as they turn with 50 to go, Bohe is going to be turning in 3rd behind his teammate Michael Peterson. Terrific swim so far for the Gaucho men. The leader surrounded by Gauchos at this point. Lane 7 making a late push as well, but it's going to be Carter Dooling, I keep calling him Tom. Carter Dooling in 4th. Grand Canyon, he finishes in 1st. Carter Dooling in 4th. 158.31. 2nd place goes to Owen Bohe, 159.68. 200.07, Michael Peterson in 3rd. Connor Martilla 6th at 201 flat. And Trent Stagina up there in 8th place, 205.41. So we'll wait to see who does what in the A and B final tonight. Coming up next will be the women's 200 fly.
No lady gauchos.
And we will not have a gaucho in Heat 1, but certainly all eyes this morning will be on Samantha Banos. All right, we have your results in. Brendan Ryan from Seattle University is your top qualifier at 157.39. Making the A final, Owen Bohe. He'll be in 5th. Michael Peterson in 6th. Michael Peterson, by the way, was seated 8th, so he moves up a couple of slots. So we have 2 Gauchos in the A final. In the B final, Connor Martilla will sit in 11th. And that looks to be it. If I missed somebody, forgive me, but it looks like we have 3 Gauchos in the finals tonight of the men's 200 breaststroke. All right, women's 200 fly, heat 1 will have 6 swimmers in the water. Three, 4, 5, huh? All right, turning it to 50. It's Michelle Grabowski from Cal State Bakersfield, 26.71. But now edging in front, Idana Wong from UC San Diego. Make sure I got that name. Idana Wong. If I've got your name mispronounced, forgive me. All right, at the 100. Wong continues to lead at 57.13. Grabowski now in second at 57.28 from Cal State Bakersfield. At the 150, it's Wong leading the way. 128.35. But she's getting pressed by one of the greatest names in the sport from the University of Hawaii, Mia Blazewska Emanova. I definitely know I messed that one up. And here comes Edna, looking like she might hold on, and she does. She'll get to the wall first. 2:00.34. Nice swim from Edna Wong from, Donna Wong rather, from UC San Diego in a 2:00.34. All right, on to heat 2. No Gauchos in heat 2, but we do have 6 swimmers. 3 of which are from UC Davis, another swimmer from UC San Diego, Seattle University also represented, and finally University of San Diego has got a swimmer, Ella Ramos, in lane 2. Looks to be lane 4 with the early lead after 50. It is Zoe Childers from UC Davis with a 27.13. And the opening 100 also goes to Zoe Childers. She is looking very smooth. 57.77. All right, to the 150. The Zoe Childers show in this heat 2 of the prelims this morning, the women's 200 fly. She hits the wall 129.54. Comfortable margin. Consistent 31.77 split. Ella Ackerman was a fraction quicker than her, and she's in second, but I don't think there is going to be a change at the top. But it's going to be a very good heat for UC Davis as Zoe Childers cruises in 2:01.51. She's in front. Kelsey Lang from UC San Diego in second in 2:03.34. And in second, of course, Ella Ackerman, Childers' teammate, in 2:03.34. All right, lots of gauchos in heat 3. Lane 3, 4, and 5, I believe. Annie Andrus, the senior, in lane 3. Samantha Banos, the senior, in lane 4. And Sammy Hall in lane 5. Everybody's eyes, of course, on Samantha Banos. She's going to try to get through this prelim, get into tonight's final. And there's a very good chance that she will take a good run at qualifying for the NCAA Division I Women's Swim Championships. No woman or man has done so in quite some time, so it would be great to see it happen. And after the opening 50, Banos in the lead at 26.34. Sammy right behind her in 26.84. Annie 27.61 in fourth. Short session for the women's 200 fly. This is the last heat of 3. And Banos continues to lead. 55.71 opening 100. 29.37 on that last split. Sammy in second, and Annie has now moved up to third. This is all about getting a lane with such a short field. Sam turns at the 150 at a 126.45. Sammy was second, 128.56, 128.93. Annie Andrus in third. All three look to be on pace to make the A final. We'll update you here shortly. And Sam Banos just absolutely cruising to a nice morning swim. Easy as it goes. 157.71. She's in front. Annie Andrus with a 2:00.56 in second. Sammy Hall, third place, 2:02.43, comfortably under what was the top 8 going into this heat. So we'll tell you shortly who's where, but we know that Sam Banos is definitely the top seed by a good margin. Coming up next, the men's 200 fly, our last prelim of the morning. Coming up later today at 3:30 is a couple of heats of the 1650 for the women and the men.
First heat, we have Bryden Thielen and Elson Owenberry.
And then, of course, finals tonight after a senior tribute. It's going to be an action-packed day here in Houston. We've got 2 gaucho men coming up here in the first heat of the men's 200 fly. Brian Thielenhouse in lane 5 and Owen Berry in lane 6. Sorry, Owen. And awaiting final results here of the women's 200 fly to tell you where everyone stacks up going into tonight. This is going to be a good points event for the gaucho women tonight. or a good opportunity, I should say. And again, such a tight battle between three teams for that second spot, between UC Davis, UC San Diego, and your Gauchos. I wonder if we've got, usually when there's a delay like this, there could be a possibility of a DQ, but we hope that's not the case. And it looks like we've got results. They can just put them on the board. We'll let you know what's going on. Here we go, and they're up. Samantha Banos, as expected, the top seed. Edna Wang from UC San Diego, the second seed. Andy Andrus will be third tonight with a 2:00.56. Sammy Hall making the A final with in seventh place. So we have three swimmers in the A final, 1, 3, and 7. Good opportunity for points. Again, here are the men. Bryden Thielenhaus in lane 5 in heat 1. Owen Barry in lane 6. And they're going against Vili Sivic, the speedster from Cal State Bakersfield, who's always in the mix in this event. Arguably the best flyer in the conference. And also punched his ticket to the NCAA championships last night with his 100 fly. Bryden and Owen will get a good look at Vili just below. Vili's going to get to the wall first, it looks like, with no, it'll be Jack Simon in lane 3 from Hawaii. And Vili is second, Bryden 4th, and Owen Barry in 6th. 24.11 for Bryden, 24.25 for Owen on that opening 50. Coming to the 100, Vili opening with a 50.04. Bryden now in 4th at 51.37. Owen 6th at 51.85. Needs to pick it up a tad here in the back half to ensure he gets a spot tonight, if he can, in the A final. Vili just pulling away now at the 150. He'll hit the wall at 1:16.95. Bryden in there in 4th at 1:19.51, and Owen Barry still sitting in 6th, 1:20.74. And coming to the finish of this 200 fly, Vili Sivic, the easy winner of prelims this morning. 1:44.29. Awaiting Bryden's finish. Yes, he touches third, so he moved up a bit. 1:48.29, and Owen also picking up a spot. 1:51.59. So we'll see if Vili's 1:44.29 holds on for the top spot with the second heat approaching here. Bryden's 1:48.29 sitting in third. We'll see how that does as well. Two Gauchos in this one coming up. Billy Pick and Lucas Hubbard right next to each other. Billy's in lane 2, Lucas in lane 3. Going up against a pair of Hawaii swimmers with fabulous names. Victor Dagenais in lane 4. I'm trying to get the first name. And Alex Tomaszewski, I think, in lane 5. Anyway, off we go. Tomaszewski. No, sorry, Victor Dagenais with the top time, 23.87 in first. Billy in 6th, 24.28. Lucas above him was in 4th, 24.25, opening 50. approaching the 100 mark here of the 200 fly for the men. And it's Victor Dagenais from Hawaii in the number 1 spot, but Billy is in 6th at 52.02. Lucas right below him, 51.86 in 4th. So Lucas and then Billy, 4th and 6th.
Yeah, it's so weird for the first time.
Coming to the 150. It's still Victor Dagenais in lane 4, 1:18.6. Billy now moving up to 2nd, 1:18.98, making a late charge. Lucas in 5th, 1:19.87. Billy split 26.76, got him to 2nd. Final 15 yards. And it will be wire to wire. Victor Dagenais in 1:46.91. Billy gets in there 2nd in a 1:48.00. Lucas Hubbard finishes 5th in 1:49.38. We still have another heat to go here. Heat 3 upcoming. The 1:48.00 puts Billy firmly in the A final mix at the moment. Anish is in lane 2 for our Gauchos. And Henry Height in lane 5. So Anish and Henry come up here in the final heat, heat number 3 of the men's 200 fly. Henry with a great lane, right in the middle of the pool. Anish in lane 2 can do what Billy Pick just did and do some semi-outside smoke. Henry out there quick, but hitting first will be lane 1, Lucas McKee from Cal State Bakersfield. Hard to see down there next to the railing, but he was first at the 50. Turning at the 100. Mario Perez, 4th, 52.2. Let's give you an update on our men. Anish in 7th at 51.90. Henry in 4th at 51.43. $50 to go, and it will be Mario Perez turning 1st, Anish 6th, and Henry 4th. So that 1:19.07 for Henry, 4th place. Let's see if he can move up a smidge. Same with Anish. And in the final 50 yards of the morning prelims, it will be a tight one. And it is Mario Perez holding on, 1:46.06. Jacob Cairns, can't see the board real well from here. UC San Diego. To update your men, Henry Height in 4th at 1:46.89, and Anish finishes in 6th at 1:48.37. We'll get your final results here in just a second to tell you where everyone stands going into tonight, before we call it quits on this final morning of prelims here in Houston. So Billy Sivich is number 1 at 1:44.29. Henry looks like he's 5th. I'm waiting for the board to recycle so I can give you some more information. Billy will be 9th, so he'll be the top seed in the B final. Owen missing out. Henry is in 5th. Yep.
Billy's in there.
And then Billy's in 9th. Lucas Hubbard.
11th.
Bryden 11th, Anish is 12th, and Lucas got in there in 14th, I believe. Is Lucas in that? Or did I just misread that? No, Lucas is in 14th, yeah. So we're going to have a number of Gaucho men in the men's 200 fly tonight, featuring Henry Height with the top seed of 5th, and right behind him in the top seed of the B final will be Billy Picked in 9th. So we'll see if the Gaucho men can solidify their 3rd position tonight. And it looks like we have a time trial. Sammy Cazares doing the 50 fly for Seattle. We'll watch Sammy and then sign off after that. But as we watch Sammy do the 50 fly, just a reminder that the 1650 will be at 3:30 today. We'll be streaming that live for you, both the men and the women. Andrew Lilly and Ellie Schomburg are part of that this afternoon. And then there'll be a senior celebration around dinner time tonight, around 6 o'clock Houston time, and then we'll get started with the final night of competition, which also includes the 400 freestyle relay for both the men and women. So 25.56 for Samantha Cazares on that 50 fly. Oh, looks like we have one more. Not expecting these morning time trials. Colin Campbell for Grand Canyon doing a 50 breaststroke. And as soon as Colin hits the wall and I tell you his time, I'm going to be signing off. We'll see you later this afternoon. Colin to the wall. 26:42. Good job, Colin. We will see you later today.